Hello once again, Niner Faithful, and you truly are the faithful if you're still hanging in there after Sunday night's game. But welcome to another episode of 49ers Playbook on the channel that's trying to answer the whys and hows of the game. Many of us fans went into Sunday night's game thinking it would be a game where we'd see the team return to its silky smooth offense and for Kyle Shanahan and company to be in command throughout, putting this team back on track for the season. Instead, it became an embarrassing loss, sending 49ers fans and social media into a frenzy. I want to thank my friends at the Goldcast for bringing me on for an episode where we took a deep dive into some of the overall issues and themes, so if you'd like to check that out, I'll link their channel in the description below. As for this game, we'll jump to the film and take a look at how Sunday night's game got away from San Francisco. You're watching Johnny Dell's Football Academy. The game started out as we were hoping. Kyle set up our outside zone bread and butter by first coming out with a slide concept, which is a play action pass off the outside zone run. Which then opened up our outside zone run. Which then opened up our outside counter off of that. You'll see everyone attack the front side zone run. It opens up the counter. And then after hitting outside and outside counter, we're going to come with a split zone. Indianapolis was so confused by this point. This is vintage Kyle Shanahan. As Jimmy begins to roll out off the handoff, notice the two linebackers flying out to contain the reverse and the slide concept pass, which leaves a huge cutback lane up the middle on the split zone. That's what we're used to seeing from Kyle Shanahan. And then we force a fumble and recover it on our first play on defense. Then come back with the outside zone for a nice gain. Right after that is pretty much when the offensive success started going off the rails. We then try and hit Debo on a wide receiver screen off of the run fake, and Ayuk gets blown up on his block and we get stuffed. We then look to hit the slide again. This time when Jimmy looks to Debo, he's bracketed and comes off too late to see that Sanu was open. By the time he gets to him, he's covered. You'd like to see Garoppolo read the safety quicker to red light the route and get to his second read faster. Which sets up third down, and we're going to look to hit Ayuk on a swirl route. And if you watched my video on Ayuk last week, you'll probably guess what happens here. Indy sits on it, and it's just too predictable. We're burning this play up. Then, when you should have had a 14-0 lead, but you only have a 9-0 lead, you can't afford to make mistakes on defense. We did give up a big play on a really well-thrown ball by Wentz, but we have Indianapolis in a position to hold them. We just bust a coverage. Here, the Colts are just going to run a pick play on the outside. We're supposed to hand this coverage off, but Norman bit on the run fake, and the Colts get a walk-in touchdown. And the offensive struggles continued, especially on third down. The offensive struggles continued, especially on third down. Here, the Colts are running a matching zone, and we're going to run Ayuk on a post and Hasty on a wheel route to take advantage and get Hasty one-on-one with a linebacker down the sideline. It's good play design and well-timed call. The problem, Hasty gets tripped up by a worm known as Jared, and we miss out on what could have been a huge play in the game. Then on defense, we just didn't take advantage of some golden opportunities. Here, the Colts are going to run a curl and go to a comeback on Norman. He does a really nice job on the play and gets himself in position for a pick, but just drops the ball. And then we continue to struggle on third down. The Colts are going to be in man coverage, and we're going to get Hasty on a quick out, again one-on-one with a linebacker. This is a matchup we should win every time, and we do. But if we go to the end zone, Brunskill gets beat immediately as we're sliding help to Buckner's side, and Jimmy gets hit as he throws, forcing an incomplete pass. We have a guy open for a first down, we just fail to execute. And then again, we don't take advantage of the opportunities to create big plays. The Colts are going to run a double in plus levels concept. We cover it well, and Wentz throws the ball up and hits Mosley, who can't make the play. You just can't miss on game-changing plays like this. We then try and run it on third down, and we just don't get any movement, and Dwelley isn't able to get to the linebacker in time to make the block. Overall in the run game, we had some good plays. Others, we missed our old guy, DeForest Buckner. We're going to run this wide stretch play, and Buckner is just going to take Brunskill down the line and make the play. Buckner showed up a bunch of times against the run. Then at times when we blocked well and had a good play called, we didn't make the throw. We like to run this drive concept a lot, which is a drive route and an in route. So we run a variation off of it, where both guys will fake the drive concept and then pivot outside. It's a well-timed call, and Dwelley's open for a first down, but Jimmy G just misses the throw. I've been someone who's been high on Jimmy G for a long time, but this is a throw we have to make. I know it was raining, but you have to take advantage when you have the plays to be made. Another play I felt like we had a big opportunity, we're going to run an RPO, or run pass option. The Colts drive hard on the run. I feel like Jimmy G needed to pull this ball and hit Debo. He's got him there. Just pull and make the throw. Kyle talked about how this wasn't a good game from Jimmy, and it was plays like this. People will point to some of the other plays, and some of those, there's some other things going on as well, but plays like this hurt. He's usually not shy about pulling this ball and throwing it, but maybe it was the rain. I don't know. Whatever the reason, the play is there. You just got to make it. And then on defense, the biggest issues we had were pass interference. Here, the Colts are going to run a fake screen and go. Mosley does a good job in coverage. He's on top of the route. He doesn't bite. I have no idea why he panics and bear hugs the receiver, giving Indianapolis first and goal at the 1. On another third down, we're going to run Sherfield on a clearing route and have Dwelley and Samuel on slants going against man coverage. And there's a bunch of issues on this play. First, Dwelley falls down, so yeah. Then Hasty's guy thought he was staying in a block at first, and he was open for a first down. Our second and third reads were open, but Jimmy can't get to them because Jalen Moore got beat bad on the play. Jimmy avoided the first sack, but then gets sacked and fumbles the ball. Number one, we have to be better in pass protection. 2, your second read just can't fall down when you have bad pass protection. And 3rd, you have to take care of the football. You can't turn the ball over in your own territory. Just so many levels of poor execution. Then we'll take a look at another bad pass interference play. Here, we're going to try and disguise our defense by showing single high early, then post-snap run Tart back into cover 2 zone. The Colts have a fade route on the outside, and Mosley recognizes it early and is calling it out to Tart, who is late to attack it. He gets his feet tangled in the turn, and then just attacks the receiver. It's just poor technique all around. Finally, the 49ers made it a game and moved the ball by returning to the misdirection stuff. We ran the slide concept early. Here we're going to run a variation off of it, where Debo, instead of running an out route, will run a crossing route, and he's open for a big gain. Then we look to the slide and it's covered well, but Debo and Jimmy make a good adjustment on the fly for a touchdown. Then we have a chance to stop Indianapolis on 3rd and very long, and we give up a 17-yard run to Wentz. Here, there's a breakdown in assignment that results from us trying to use a different personnel package. We have Arden Key in at defensive tackle in this obvious passing situation, and one of Armstead or Key failed to execute the role of the plugger. I'm going to think it's Armstead because usually, not every time, but usually we have the defensive tackle on the flex side in this role. The plugger's role is to attack the guard to the center to try and occupy both and create one-on-ones in the pass rush, and give your Leo or rush end to the flex side, in this case Ford, a two-way go in pass rush. What happens is neither Key or Armstead act as the plugger, and they leave the middle wide open for Wentz to take off through. That's just a blown assignment. There's no excuse to give up a 17-yard quarterback run on 3rd and 15 at a crucial point in the game. Then lastly, we'll talk about the interception that pretty much sealed the game. We've run this play a bunch of times, and I've seen the play art. I know people are hounding on Jimmy for this play, but Debo is the number one against this look. The bigger question is, why are we calling a play we called multiple times versus the Cardinals in a situation where they're going to look to sit on shorter routes on 3rd and short, against a corner who has a bad wheel and in a game when the opposing team ate you alive with pass interference calls? That's my biggest question. Why are we not taking a shot here? I just don't get it. We did against the Lions to Debo. Why not here? It's a situation where it feels like we're playing not to lose, and we do. Overall, a tough loss for the faithful in the midst of a season that was meant to be one in which we were supposed to make a deep playoff run. We're trending towards a bottom 3rd team. We'll see if the 49ers can find some way to rebound and start to put together some good performances. Hope you at least got some perspective from the video. I don't think most of us would really like it. But like and subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you hit the notifications button to be alerted to when a video goes live. Also, if you'd like to support the channel in any way, I'll have links for that below. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and go Niners.